Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It has been a little while, hasn't it? I do apologise for that. I have lots of super interesting, fun content upcoming for you in the next couple of months, so thank you for your patience from now until then, maybe? Anyway, as you can see by the title and the thumbnail today, I'm going to be doing a little bit of a different one. I had the idea literally a couple of days ago, and I was thinking this could be something really cool. Aldi versus Lidl. Now, I think if you shop at either of these stores, then you are one or the other. In my opinion, we are very much Aldi people. We love Aldi. In this video, I'm going to do my very best to not be biased, but I'm going to be doing a taste testing of vegan products from each place. So it's going to be the same product from each store. You'll understand as we get more into it. I'm going to do obviously the taste test review. We're going to do a price comparison as well. And there's literally, I've got 10 things here. So of duplicates apart from one, which I will get into. But first of all, let's go shopping. Let's get some stuff. So we are back. I have my platter of things and a knife. Potentially dangerous. I'm not making anything out of this, so I'm not adding sauce. I'm not, for the burgers, adding a bun. I'm literally just going in with what the product is. Like, there's no condiments, nothing. So without further ado, before any of this hot food gets too cold, let's get into it. So starting off, I think with probably the easiest. So we have the no chicken pieces. So we've got the no chicken pieces from Lidl and then the Aldi one as well. Ingredients wise, it seems to be quite similar, and I feel like that's going to be a running theme. I think that the ingredients are going to be quite similar product to product. I wouldn't be surprised if they are made in similar factories. I don't know. What do I know? Let's get to the taste testing. Okay, so we'll start with Lidl first on everything, and then we'll do Aldi because I know most of Aldi products because I do buy them, I do purchase them, and I do have them myself. The chicken pieces, these are cooked for probably about 7 minutes or so. It's fine. I'm not judging the product because it doesn't have a condiment or a sauce. Normally with something like this, I'd put like a sweet chili or a hoisin or something like that through it and have it with rice possibly. This is fine. I feel like this is quite similar to what Tesco have on offer when they have their plant-based chicken in a bag. I hate calling it chicken. Does anyone else have that problem? Like, it's not chicken, but I suppose that's how our brains associate it, isn't it? Like, society. So yeah, this is fine. It would be much better with a condiment or sauce. It's a good dupe if it was cooked in something, marinated in something, because it's fresh. It's not frozen, so this is just a fridge product. Okay, the Aldi one. Now, again, I know what this one tastes like, but we'll get to it anyway. For me, it's better. Again, this one only took about the same 6-7 minutes to cook. It has more flavor, even just plain on its own like this. It's more flavorful. It feels to me like it's the inside of a nugget. Any plant-based nugget that is in like a batter or something, it feels like just the innard of that, just on its own. They probably thought, huh, we could use this. That is much nicer alone, so that would be nice like in a sandwich with just some mayonnaise. The little one, I think, would be nicer in a sauce. I think, yeah, this one has more taste, so trying to be open-minded, but Aldi takes the point on the first one. Okay, next up, let's go for the sausages, plant-based sausages. So the packaging is quite different in these because the Aldi sausages are frozen. So this is what the box looks like. I think Aldi do have other sausages, like there's ones in a bag, they're like an onion rosemary one. I go for these ones. Again, maybe I'm being biased because they are just so nice. They're just the best. And I didn't want anything flavored particularly if I could choose not to, because the little ones are also flavorless. You can get flavored ones. There were various kinds in the shelf. Let's see how they differ. Refrigerated, frozen. So these ones took a little bit longer, 15 minutes in the air fryer, and then about 10 minutes in for the refrigerated ones. So let's start with Lidl first. Let's go. Ooh, do you know what? I really like that. The flavor is there, it's a little bit salty, the texture's nice. I don't dislike that. There's a bit of an odd aftertaste, but nothing that I can't get by. Like again, if I was having it with gravy or with some ketchup or whatever, I think that flavour is quite acceptable. That's really nice. Onto the Aldi one. I know, I love these. Yeah, side by side, there is a clear, better product. And again, I'm so sorry to say it, the Aldi one is so much nicer. They're just the best. They are incredible. I would recommend them to everyone. And I believe they are, not only are they vegan, yeah, they're gluten-free as well. So they accommodate literally everyone. There's nothing in here that people wouldn't want. Are they soy-free as well? I think they are I believe that they're soy-free as well, which is just amazing. So really it accommodates everybody. They are made with pea protein. Comparing the little ones, they are soya protein, wheat protein, and pea protein. So there's a combination in there, but these are not gluten-free. Aldi takes the cake again. Absolutely smashed it. I love them. Now, I am quite a skeptic when it comes to the fish side of vegan products. I haven't yet found an amazing fish vegan product, so if you know of something, let me know in the comments. I'd love to give it a try. I do want to just note as well, I don't know if I even have to say this anymore on YouTube, but none of these products are sponsored by Lidl or Aldi. I have purchased all of these myself. I have the receipts to prove that I have got these products myself to try out for this video. Back to it, fish products. So yeah, I'm skeptical on this, but only because maybe I've not had a great experience with what I have had thus far. So the little ones are refrigerated. Again, I do want to just point out as well that the frozen section in Lidl was garbage. Like, there was a couple of things. What was there? Plant-based sausage rolls and the steak bakes, plant-based. That's, I think, pretty much, apart from like corn and stuff, but for like Lidl's own, I think that was all there was. I don't know. I prefer a frozen product. I think fresh products have a shorter shelf life. Again, that's why I'm a bit more biased to Aldi, because their frozen range is just incredible. Anyway, I really am just tooting their horn, aren't I? So back to the little fish fingers. So, yep, once again, these are wheat flour, rice flour. Well, what's the fish part? A wheat starch and modified maize starch. And then the Aldi ones, which are frozen, they aren't fish fingers, they are just fillets. These are, yeah, actually very similar. Wheat flour, rice flake, plant fibers. So I think they're quite similar in ingredients, but not gluten-free, either of these. Let's go for Lidl first. That is just the fish finger. So it does have a bit of brown on it, and that is just the juice from the burgers. So it's not overcooked or anything. Not that you would care, I'm eating it. I don't hate it. I think that's probably the best fish finger alternative I think I've had. I have tried the bird's eye ones. They're plant-based alternatives, and they're okay. They're a little bit pappy, is that the right word? This one does have good like consistency. It's quite thick inside it, but it's quite like solid. Everything's stuck together, which I feel like the fish products, if you don't cook them for long enough, they can be really mushy and just fall apart. The Aldi one, since it's a fillet,
it's massive.
So I'm going to cut that one up a bit. It is, I think it's, yeah, it gives the flakiness. I have tried these before, but a while ago, so I can't really remember what they're like. Let's see. So this one might be a little bit more difficult to judge, if you will. So the Aldi ones, they are salt and vinegar flavored, so I can definitely taste that in the product. I don't like the texture as much on the Aldi one, but I think the taste is better since it is enhanced this way. Though I wouldn't be angry if I got the Lidl ones in, like if I was just to have those instead of the Aldi ones. I think these take a lot longer to cook. These are literally about 25 minutes in the air fryer. Yeah, 22 to 25 minutes it says on the back. Whereas the Lidl ones took a lot less time, literally like, again, 7 to 10 minutes. So if it's quickness that you're wanting, then I think the Lidl one would be better because both are, I would say, equally as okay as the other. None of them is particularly standout, but if you're wanting it as part of a meal and you're happy to cook the Aldi one for a little bit longer, I would go for that one. It's whatever you're into, whatever you're wanting, I think, on that one. Personally, I don't know, I might have to be really awkward and give it a tie. I have to give it a draw because they both offer different things, but the actual fish part inside itself, I would give to the Lidl one. Like that, the consistency of that one is better in my opinion. But then if you're wanting the more flaky, fishy looking aspect in that one, then the Aldi one again takes the cake. Yeah, I'm gonna go for a tie on that one. Maybe that's a bit awkward. Maybe I am leaning to be more biased to Aldi. I don't know, maybe this is just personal preference, who knows. But if you love Lidl's products and you want to keep shopping there, I'm not telling you to stop, and you don't like Aldi products, then keep loving Aldi more. This is just my personal preference and opinion. Anyway, okie doke. So now on to the burgers. I'm gonna try and hurry this up because we've still got quite a lot to go through. So again, I feel like there's gonna be a clear winner here because I am extremely preferential of these. I would have this product, this burger, as a meal every single night and not get sick of it. They are the best. If you haven't tried them, please do, and let me know in the comments because I feel like they are so underrated. Aldi have them in abundance in their freezers, so I would love somebody else to try these and understand how good they are. The little ones. So there were different kinds. There was a spicy Mexican one, I think, and also like a southern fried chicken burger. I wanted to get the most plain one because, again, knowing that this one is the most plain, Aldi have, because they have vegetable ones and like spicy chicken ones as well. So the most accurate to being like a beef style burger, it seems to be these beetroot ones from Lidl. So I'm thinking that naturally the ingredients are going to be very different on these. But anyway, let's get to trying these. So we'll start with Lidl. Again, with the fresh and frozen. The Lidl is in the fridge, the Aldi is in the freezer. These are quite hefty. I'm going to cut it. Oh, it's extremely red naturally since it is beetroot. I'm not expecting this to be like a beef burger, so I'm going to be reviewing this as a beetroot burger. Ugh. That was not for me. That was awful. Oh no. Oh no, no, no. That wasn't for me. The texture's off. It's very, again, down back to that pappy sort of texture. Ugh, not for me. Somebody served me that. I was like, here you are, here's your vegan beef burger. And I know I said I wasn't taking it as a beef burger. I don't think I'd be best pleased. If you like beetroot, keep loving it, and you probably love that. I'm going to need a water after that. Okay. I am now ready because this, no, I love it. I have a bit of the beetroot on there, so the red part here is the beetroot, but this, it's, I don't know what it's got in it, but I need everyone to try these. They are so good. It's salty, it's smoky, it's meaty, obviously not, but meat-like. Oh, it's just, give me that every day of the week. I am sound. Clear winner. Clear winner. I didn't have any less of an expectation, but like I say, I went in open-minded with that one. The little one, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. But versus this one, I just love it. It's just the best. Okay, hot food complete. Let's keep moving. So we have the plant-based soft serve, the soft cheese alternative soft spread. Now this packaging is identical bar the branding and the graphics on the front and the top. It's literally exactly the same lid, exactly the same tub, and possibly exactly the same ingredients. Let's have a look. Coconut oil, yes. Tapioca starch. Ah, the little one is soya protein. Oh, there is tapioca starch in there. It's just not in the top like the Aldi one is. I think the Aldi one has less ingredients. The little one looks to have many. Anyway, once again, I have tried the Aldi one. I want to see how they look, if they look the same in the packet. Again, they literally have exactly the same white film on the top. They look like literally exactly the same product. they smell identical. My guess is that these are going to taste the same. Lidl one first. Have a bit on the spoon. Ooh. It does taste nice. It has a bit of a slightly grainy texture to it, very, very slight. So if that's not for you, be aware of that. The Aldi one. Ooh. They are quite different. I'm really surprised. Okay, I'm gonna go back in for a tiny bit more of the Lidl one, just to be sure. Yeah, that Lidl one has got a real grainy texture to it. The Aldi one is really smooth and quite a bit saltier. Quite a lot stronger in flavour as well, like the garlic flavour and the herb flavour. Well, I gotta say it. It takes the cake again, literally. The main reason for this video is I saw something on Instagram saying that Lidl had done so well with vegan product sales and they were doing so much better, like by 700% or something crazy like that. I'll put the fact in on the screen if I can find it. But so far, I'm a bit, I don't know, like, don't get me wrong, I would eat it. I'm not a fussy person, but if I've got a comparison and there's something better from Aldi, then I feel like, I don't know. We're yet to check the price points on everything, so we'll get to that in a minute, but let's keep going with the taste testing. Okay, cheese. The most controversial product when it comes to being a vegan is the cheese. It's not good. The best I have found so far is the Tesco's own grated mozzarella. That one has my heart. It's beautiful, it's amazing, it melts well, it tastes divine on its own in a sandwich. It's just gorgeous. That one is my favorite. Again, very similar packaging. Let's see if we are similar ingredients. Coconut oil, yes. Modified potato starch, yes. Gluten-free oat fiber, yes. Exactly the same product. So I'm expecting this to taste just like the Aldi one. Once again, I know what the Aldi one tastes like, but let's try the Lidl one first. Looks and smells just like the Aldi one. Got a little clump there. Very stick to the roof of your mouth. This isn't one that you would particularly have on its own. Sorry for eating and talking at the same time, that's really rude. You would have this style of cheese like on a pizza base if you were making that, or you'd mix it into a pasta or some rice or something like that. I don't think you would particularly have this style cheese in a sandwich. It's going to be too heavy, quite dry in the mouth.
I'd go for the Tesco one if you want it in a sandwich.
My opinion. Aldi one. I know what this one tastes like, but we're here for the content. Okay, don't have a clump, but I have a pinch. Exactly the same. Not even a microscopic amount of difference. They are exactly the same. So yay, I've got lots of the same cheese to have forever now. This is going to sound like I'm again being super biased to Aldi, but I'm going to have to give a draw on that one because they are exactly the same product. I can't preference Lidl over Aldi there. It's the same cheese there. Okay, our final savory product for this video. So I love a crisp, I love a chip, and these deltas we do have very often. I am very familiar with these, but as far as the video goes, we're gonna start with the Lidl one. Let's check the ingredients and see if they are the same. Oh no, they're a little bit different. Again, there's a lot more ingredients in the Lidl one than there are in the Aldi one. Let's start with the Lidl ones. As far as I can see so far, they look exactly the same, but let's go. Yeah, they seem to be exactly the same from what I can tell. So the best part about that is going to see the price difference, which is cheaper. I'm doing it again, aren't I? Eating and talking. I'm so sorry. So yeah, we'll see the price point difference in a minute. Aldi ones, let's see. Do you know what? In actuality, now, I'm going to preface this. We have had the Aldi ones before where sometimes you get a batch that has no flavour. It's basically just like a plain salted crisp that you're getting. That could be the case with what's happened here with Lidl. They had the taste, but they didn't have like the oomph, the hit you in the face, the spice, the everything that's coming through with the chili. These are better. They're better. I'm really sorry to say. They're saltier, they're spicier, they have more flavour. They've got the tomatoey, peppery, paprika-y, yeah, that's the same thing, but that sort of flavour that is just, my mouth is watering, wanting more. Where this one, I was like, meh, I can take them or leave them. Aldi wins again, I gotta say. 3 to go. We're now moving on to sweets, desserts. I only do have 2 comparisons left. Now, I'm going to explain that because when I went into Lidl, their bakery section looks divine, doesn't it? Like, it's just amazing. If you've been into a Lidl, you know what it looks like. There's the bread, there's the sweets, there's the pastries. It looks just so nice and inviting. So I saw that the apple turnovers were vegan. So I was like, I'm going to have to try one. Surely Aldi have one. Insert footage here. Aldi do have an apple turnover, it's just not vegan, so slap to Aldi for that. So I did get, like I say, we went to Lidl first, so I got this anyway, so I will be trying it at the end just to see what it's like. But first of all, let's continue with the comparisons. So I'm going to start with the icons. Wendy Worms, again, big fan, already know these, absolutely love them. They're the perfect amount of sweet and sour for me personally. But we have Susie Snake. So I'm interested to see again what the difference is going to be. I feel like Wendy Worm is just so much nicer to say, like Wendy Worm. I always say it like that and I don't know why. Ooh, as far as ingredients go, it looks like the Aldi list is a lot longer than the Lidl list. Interesting. On the Lidl one, may contain cereals containing gluten, so I feel like it's like, again, processed in the same factory. That always seems to be a problem, doesn't it? Doesn't say anything about that on the Wendy Worms. I can't attest to it whether it is or not. The allergy advice doesn't say gluten. You take that as you wish. So, Lidl first. Karma. I hate when a packet doesn't open how it should. It's like... Anyway, we will go for... Let's go for a green and yellow from each pack. Oh, it has a face. I have no idea if you'll be able to see that. Let's go for it and try. Very chewy, nice and limey though, not too sour, but quite palatable. I like that. I am not offended by that at all. Let's go for the Wendy's. Don't do this to me again. It's even more of a battle. Oh my god. Oh, what a joke. There's no need for it to be that difficult. Right, I've got to try and find a green one. Don't tell me there's not a green one in here. Are you joking me? There's no green ones in here? Oh, I can't believe it. They're all pink and yellow and red and yellow. Well, that changes things, doesn't it? Okay, I've picked out a pink and yellow one, so now I will get a pink and yellow one from Lidl, and we'll try again. Nice and grapefruity. I do like that flavour, it's a good one. Tastes very similar to how I remember the Aldi ones do, so let's go for the Aldi one now. Practically the same product again. If anything, I would say the Aldi ones are slightly more sour. The Lidl one had a tiny bit, like a sprinkle of sour, but nowhere near as much as the... Did I say Aldi then? I meant Lidl. The Aldi one is more sour. The citric acid is probably a little bit more in that one. There's not a stark difference. I'll go for the draw. I'm happy to go for a draw on that one because they are quite similar. Aldi one has a slight bit more sour, so if you have a preference for sour, by a microscopic amount, I'd go for the Aldi ones on the gummy sweets in there. Second to last product is chocolate. I do like a chocolate. I couldn't seem to find, and it could just be my brain, I couldn't seem to find any that had the same flavour. So the one I got from Lidl is the raspberry dark chocolate, the vegan bar here. I'm excited for this. I do like a raspberry chocolate. And then I got the caramelized biscuit from Aldi. I don't know if this is like here to stay in Aldi. I've seen it in for a couple of months, but I know that they've reduced the price from when they first had it because I don't think it's selling very well. Again, I'm going to go for each chocolate individually instead of being biased potentially. Lidl first. Very bougie packaging. I like that it's all paper, as chocolate usually is anyway, like paper and cardboard, right? Square looking pieces like so. I like that. I'm a fan of dark chocolate. I'm a fan of chocolate raspberry. I'm a big fan of that. If you are not a dark chocolate fan, it is very heavy on the dark chocolate. I know that the Aldi one is like more of a milk style chocolate. So again, I'm not going to be biased in that respect, though I feel like so far, personally, I do like the Lidl one. Very rich, very sumptuous. The raspberry sort of came through afterwards. It sort of emanated. Big fan, big fan. Let's try Aldi. Ooh, okay, yes, foil instead of paper here, but still nice and recyclable. Yeah, so it's more of like a milk style chocolate as opposed to the dark chocolate from Lidl. As far as vegan chocolate goes, that's quite nice. It's very nice. I think if you were giving that to somebody or sharing a bar with somebody, even if they weren't vegan, they wouldn't be offended by that. I think it's quite delicious. They would like it. I am gonna give the points on this one to Lidl because I am a dark chocolate fan. I love the raspberry that came through. I love the richness of the chocolate. It feels very bougie. Again, price point potentially may have an impact when we look at that in a few minutes. Finally, Lidl has won one from the comparison and not been a draw. Super interesting. Okay, the final thing to try is our apple turnover, which of course we're not doing as a comparison. Just wanted to try it. I wanted to do it as a comparison, but couldn't because Aldi let me down. Okay, this is cold. I haven't warmed it up, so I'll not be too judgmental. I would prefer my apple turnover to be warm, but let's see. I just got pastry. Let me tear this. Nice. Okay, let me get a bit with apple now. That is delicious. I really love that. There's a little hint of cinnamon in there, which I am a huge fan of. If that was warmed up, which I may do later on for dessert, if you had that with a lump of ice cream or a little bit of custard, that was delicious. Highly recommend. So yes, I guess Lidl takes the point for that one because Aldi let me down. That was really good. I'm very pleasantly surprised. I was expecting it to just be a bit bland, a bit meh. I'm a big fan of that. I am very, very grateful for that. Let's get to the price comparison on here. I have my receipts. Okay, we started with the chicken pieces. So, okay, Lidl, the only thing I can see that it could be is called meat-free plain. It must be because it's just plain chicken, right? So it must be that. Came in at $1.99 for the pack. Obviously it is refrigerated, it's not a frozen pack. So Aldi, it's the same. No chicken, $1.99. So it's a draw on price. Taking the point, it was the Aldi one. It was just better. Next was the sausage, am I correct? Lidl was $1.99 again for the pack. And Aldi, $2.49. So a little bit more expensive if you're buying many packs of that at a time, then that would mount up in price. But again, for the, well, actually no, for the little sausages, I wasn't offended by them. I was quite pleased with them. I wouldn't be angry at them. I would have them again, definitely. If I was going to a Lidl, I would happily go for that. I wouldn't be opposed to that. And it is a little bit cheaper. I don't know, the Aldi one, it just is nicer. For me, I don't know, it's nicer, but I wouldn't be offended by the Lidl one. Next was the fish, wasn't it? So Lidl was $1.99 again. There is a recurring theme here. And the Aldi ones were $1.99 also, so same in price. The difference I would say is that you only get 2 fillets. In the Aldi one, you only get 2 fillets, so that's like one dinner for you and a friend or a partner or something. Whereas in the Lidl one, you get, how many in here? You get 6. So yeah, if you were having 3 each, then I suppose it does work out at the same. Feels like you're getting more here because you've got individually more products, doesn't it? I think sticking with a tie I think that's quite fine. Next was the burgers. Now there is a clear winner for me, as we know. So the Lidl ones, beetroot burgers, $1.89. So a little bit cheaper than what we have been going for so far as the $1.99 product. And the Aldi ones, $2.49. Yeah, they are more expensive. I think you're using a little bit more expensive ingredients with the pea protein as opposed to the vegetables like the beetroot and the flavors that the I'm like such an American on them. The flavors that the Lidl one had, though I would opt to paying a little bit more for the Aldi ones. Again, they were just better in my opinion. Next was the cheese. Was it the soft cheese first, wasn't it? So Lidl was $1.95 for the tub and Aldi was, why isn't it on here? Oh, unless it's cheese mix. Oh yeah, cheese vegan mix, yeah, it has to be $1.95, so I've even forgotten the Lidl price now because I was taking too long to look, was $1.95. So yeah, same price, same product. Like I said in the review, the Lidl one had a bit more of a grainy texture, which I don't quite know why that was there. Sort of like, again, you could taste that potatoey starch sort of texture. Aldi one for me was much smoother, much nicer. Next was the cheese, the grated cheese. So the grated cheese, $1.95, $1.95, the same. So yeah, it's the same price for those, and that literally was exactly the same product. So I think I'd be angry if I was paying more for one of the other, or one or the other. Then we moved on to sweets. Sweets first, the worms first. Worm in the snakes. So the Lidl one was $1.39 for the pack, and Aldi was £1.09. Now I don't know if that was on offer. I don't think it was. I didn't see the little red card to say that it was on offer, but £1.09, that is cheaper. And again, if you're more of a sour fan like me, the Aldi one, that's a clear winner. But they could have been on offer, don't count me on that. The chocolate, now I do expect there to be a price difference here because the Lidl one seems a bit more luxurious than the Aldi one, but let's check. Raspberry dark chocolate, £2.39, and the Aldi one, vegan bars, must be that at $1.99. So I do believe, like I said a few minutes ago, that the Aldi one had a higher price point when it first came out of all of the different chocolate bars that they had different flavors. That one from Lidl does feel a lot more bougie. The packaging's nicer, it's more sumptuous, you're getting a higher quality product, I think, in my opinion, than the Aldi one. So yeah, Lidl takes the win on that one for sure. Even though the price point's higher, you're paying for a more luxurious product. And then it was just the apple turnover, which was 69p. You can't fault it, really. That was absolutely delicious. I would definitely warm it up and have it with something, ice cream or custard. So that is all for the taste testing for this video. I do apologize if I rambled on a little bit too long, but either way, I hope you enjoyed this video nonetheless. Be sure to subscribe and like if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so you get notified when I do upload. Who knows when it may or may not be. If there's anything that I didn't try in today's video that you are a big fan of from either Lidl or Aldi, let me know in the comments. I'm more than happy to do more taste testing reviews. If you want me to do more taste testing from 2 different stores, also let me know in the comments. I love this style and sort of video. It was more of a sit down, chatter, honest opinion sort of vibe. So overall, as we know, these are the scores at the end. Aldi, I believe, is the winner. I don't know for sure, but I can guarantee from what we said, Aldi is the winner. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will catch you all in my next video. Bye guys.